How are you, Booktube? And welcome to my channel. This is Maria at MH Books. I have a quick book haul. Quick only because the sunlight is fading. This is Sunday. Sorry, it's Saturday. I've just lost a day. Saturday afternoon, I am going to go for a zombies walk. A zombies walk is when you do zombies run, the running app. Maybe I put that logo up here. Why do I give myself work? I don't know, especially as I have problems uploading videos. At the moment, the Friday Reads, this is like 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and Friday Reads is uploading again for the second time. I started uploading 6:30 according to either YouTube or iMovie yesterday evening. And I went to bed at 2:02 and it was still uploading, and had failed by the time I got up this morning. So it looks like I just ran out of space this time on the laptop. So I have problems uploading. The problems of the first world, eh? So a book haul, supposed to be quick. Let's try and do this in one take so that I can actually edit it really quickly from an office or something and get decent broadband. Okay, this is a book haul of 13 books. The first 9 have to do with death and mental health. I sorted them in this order because this book, it's Corpsing by Sophie White, which is a Tramp Press book, which is a big bloody deal this week in Ireland. Kennys has said, kennys.ie, who is our online retailer, said they have had more orders for this book than for any other book already in 2021. I know it's only the beginning of March, but there you go. Tramp Press, the Gooder Bookshop have shown pictures of getting it, and I got this one myself from Book Upstairs. I pre-ordered it. It is a bit, the Tramp Press are pretty good books, pretty popular. I pre-ordered it at Christmas when Click and Collect was available, and the Books Upstairs couldn't let me click and collect, so they sent out in the post for free. So thanks to them. This is an essay collection, and it's Marion Keyes blurbed it, and I actually read a friend's Goodreads review, and basically at the end of the review they say, look, actually Marion Keyes sums it up the best. So it's an extraordinarily painful, powerful, visceral and spiritual, a remarkable book. It is about death, mental health, and just parts of life, and how parts of life can just living can be hard enough to do. So Corpsing My Body and Other Stories by Sophie White. And so let's get on with the other books about death. Now, this is Caitlin Doughty. In Ireland, she would be called Cochleen. So if I accidentally say Cochleen rather than Caitlin, I use the Irish pronunciation, sorry. and she's the author of this book, It's in My Eyes. I did see this on somebody's channel and I can't remember whose. If I do remember, I'll put it down in the show notes. If I don't, I'm really sorry. Please remind me if it was your channel. It's From Here to Eternity. I did comment on it at the time, I think. I don't know. I watched too many things, do too many things. And it's traveling the world to find a good death. This is a piece of non-fiction. It is about different burial rites. It's popular enough, so most people probably do know about it. And rituals around concerning death. So we have rituals from Colorado, Indonesia, Mexico, North Carolina, Spain, Japan, Bolivia, California. So an interesting piece of nonfiction, which I was interested in because even you would think that Ireland and England being close enough physically, spread by water, that we would have an awful lot in common with our own death rituals. But every time somebody dies on the mainland in Britain, and it takes 3-4 weeks before they're buried. In Ireland, you're buried within 2 days. I actually know somebody. Actually, they've already died now. But I did have a conversation with somebody who was really upset because they woke up in hospital to find their kids talking about their funeral because they were expected to die in a minute, and they're saying, like, should they have it tomorrow or not? So we have very different attitudes even when we're physically close, and very similar. So yeah, I just thought this would be interesting. Okay, this one has come up in Amy Zoe Beck's. I saw that last night. Tender is the Flesh. This book reminds me of a book, I can't tell you because it'll be a spoiler, but it's about, this one is fiction, hopefully. It's about, there's been a virus, and humans can no longer eat meat, so they farm other humans for food. It's written by Augustina Bazterrica. It's Pushkin Press, which is why I've been watching it for a while. I love Pushkin Press, and it's translated from the Spanish by Sarah Moss, because this is an Argentinian author, if I remember correctly. And yeah, so people have been raised as meat, and somebody who does the meat raising encounters one of the human females and is going to question whether this is the correct thing to do or not. The adjectives for this book online are, for one of my Goodreads friends, they just put a whole load of adjectives, are vile, bold, dark, vicious, gory, bloody, disturbing, eerie, volatile. So that is going to be one hell of an interesting read. The next one is also about death, but I have read this one before. I was watching It's a Sin about a month ago, and if for some reason you haven't heard of this, it's a TV series filmed in the UK about the AIDS epidemic from 1981 to 1991 and in the UK, and it's been very, very popular because it's very, very good. And I was, it brought to mind all the books I'd read about the AIDS epidemic, and one of the stories in this is about that, but it's in the US. As far as I remember, I think it's San Francisco. I could be wrong, could be New York, but I think it's San Francisco. I read this book when it first came out. So it's The Immortalist, Chloe Benjamin. This is a story about 4 kids who go and meet a fortune teller, and when they meet that fortune teller, she tells them the dates of their death and when what age they're going to die at. And it's really whether the fact that something like that will actually, make it come true. So if you knew the date of your death, how would you live your life? So yeah, do you make it come true by doing it, and if you believe it, does it change? Does it actually bring on your death? All these things are explored in this book. There are 4 different stories told from the 4 different siblings' perspectives. A lot of people don't like 1 or 2 of the stories, but one of the stories is set during the AIDS epidemic. So it reminded me of that. I will be reading some more books actually set in the AIDS epidemic, because I had quite a few on my shelves when they came out. Next thing is the more romanticized bit about death, maybe. By the way, we're going to get into books about life, by the way, every time we get to the end of this. This book is about haunted ghost stories, haunted houses. I have been reading a few of these recently. I'm going to be reading a few more. Don't know where I came across these. I know it was in written form, so I'm guessing Twitter, because it's not Goodreads. And it wasn't on BookTube because I don't remember seeing it visually. These are self-published, as far as I can tell, by Lee Mountford. It's the beginning of his Haunted series. So it's book 1 in the Haunted series. And it's Haunted Perron Manor. Now, I'm not sure whether this is going to be good or not. It's about a haunted ghost story, 2 sisters. There's a Latin script up in the attic. Okay, all the cliches, But this is what the genre is, haunted ghost stories. But what he has released, he's released more after this. What he has released as well is this book, which is based on this one, but so this one is the haunted house story. This book is the Inside Perron Manor, and it reads like a non-fiction book on a haunted ghost story. So if this had been real, this is the book that would have come out. So it talks about the history of the house and the paranormal investigations inside. So maybe a little bit of gimmick, but the two go together. So I'm definitely going to try him out, and we'll see what we think about him. Is he good? Is he entertaining? Can he write? I don't know. Okay, the last one the last one, two more to do with death. Also, I should have said, corpse thing is not just death and grief and mental health. It's mental health as well. Sorry. So this one is about to do with death and mental health. Very popular, Matt Haig's The Midnight Library, which I've not read yet. The Midnight Library is a library that you go, because I just see a recently in a video somewhere. It's a place that you go after death, where you have all the books of your life. And if you'd made different decisions, kind of like, It's a Wonderful Life. So if you made different decisions, so you can go to this library and you can see, if I'd made a different decision, my life would have went this way. I love that in a story. I loved Matt Haig's The Humans. Not perfect book, but a very good book. And I rather enjoyed the Radleys. I've not read How to Stop Time. I do enjoy him on Twitter as well. So that's The Midnight Library, Matt Haig. And this one is a translated piece from Thailand. Now, it's still in its wrapping, because it came in the wrapping, I didn't take it off. So this is based on tropes, but I believe I looked at a Goodreads friend's review again, and it's based on tropes of a Thai soap operas. It's about two sisters, and they introduce a boy into their family. So the book is The Blind Earthworm in the Labyrinth, and it's a novel by Veeraporn Nitiprapha, translated by Kong Rithdee, and there's the actual names without me crucifying their names. Sorry. Okay, and there's a character in this book, and the book itself is told in a non-linear fashion, because one of the characters in this book dies at the beginning and is told backwards from his death. So that's how my loose into the theme. So after that, so was that 9 books? Yeah, that was 9 books. Let's get out of death and into life. And this one is In Our Mad Furious City by Guy Guanartine. It's the winner of the Jalek Prize. It's about to be shortlisted, which is why I got this book. I am so excited for the Jalek Prize again to come out. And it was longlisted for the Man Booker. It's about 2 days in a working class neighbourhood in London. It's just called The Estates, I believe, the thing. I have my little notes here so I don't forget, and I can actually speak quickly. It's narrated by the immigrants in the estates. They come from places like Belfast to the Caribbean, and it shows the diversity of London, and it explains their cultures and a little bit of the vernacular of the way that the vernacular of their English. This is all from a Goodreads Friends review. I don't credit Goodreads Friends because I just had one before who doesn't like to be mentioned on a video. So if you want to be credited and I'm mentioning one of your reviews, please tell me and I'll make sure I'll do it from now on. Because we're all here to support each other. The next one is a darling of everybody since it's won the Costa Prize. You blame Eric, and we blame Simon, and we blame everybody who supports the Costa Prize. It's The Mermaid of Mrs. Conch. No, it's set in the Caribbean. Okay, I know it's The Mermaid of Black Conch and Mrs. Conch. That's The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. Just waited to have another title of another book. I do that so often nowadays. What was the turning of the shrew or something? I said the turn of the screw, I said. Yeah, so The Mermaid of Black Conch is set in the Caribbean. My book that's coming from where Birds Book Club is also set in the Caribbean. I like to read books together because I've just read recently 2 Nigerian books together and close to each other. So I'm doing it around the world in 80 days challenge, around the world in 80 books, not 80 days. So, and the Caribbean area is one of the areas, so I'm not even sure that these are set in the same country. I have to wait till I get and I hope that the Rare Birds Book Club book is not this one, but I don't think it is. And are they set in the same country? But both are set in the Caribbean, so I thought there's a good chance I'll read both of them close to each other. Okay. So Lean on Pete. I honestly don't remember why I ordered it. It's by Willie Vaughan, and it is like Steinbeck, I believe, from Goodreads reviews. Now, I read 2 Steinbeck and I love him, so I'm kind of going, why didn't I just not order a Steinbeck? But Lean on Pete is about horses and coming of age, both of which, the horses one I loved as a child, and coming of age I love as an adult. And it's like Steinbeck, I'm gonna love it. Beyond that, I know nothing about it, or even down to why I even ordered it. Sweet Home has been on a list for a long time by Carrie Spray. She has a couple of books on my want to be purchased list, which is also 1,000. Oh yeah, I own 1,000 books that I haven't read. I own 1,400 books, but I own 1,000 books I haven't read yet. So I have a serious retirement plan of doing nothing but reading. Which is why these glasses don't work very well. They cost me 410 euros and they don't work very well. So we're going back to Specsavers to get them fixed, which is why my eyesight is so important, because it's gonna have to last a long time, because or maybe there'll be something to help me read them by the time I retire. 10 years or so. It'll happen. Okay, short stories. Carrie Spray, Sweet Home. It's short stories with a theme of home, I believe. And I put the thing underneath here because this seems to be a good synopsis of the Goodreads reviews I read, and it's on the blurb of the book. So it weaves together moments of joy, heartache, sadness, and unwavering love as told through 17 different notions of home. So nice, more life-ish book than the previous ones at the beginning. And last but not least, one that I bought because of Eva Strange in one of her vlogs, and she was reading The Golden Pot. So it's E.T. Hoffmann and The Golden Pot and Other Tales translated from the German, and these are more surrealist. They were surrealist before the word surrealist was coined, if I remember from the reviews. People are saying magical mystic fairy tales and magical realism, sort of, and I trust Eva's recommendation on this, especially after doing the video read on Henry James's Turn of the Screw, not Turning of the Shrew. So yeah, so some classic German literature for a change, just to because and actually I love the cover of this one. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, and I think the Golden Pot itself is called A Modern Fairy Tale. So that's the end of that. You probably hear my oven kicked on. That's me getting some food. I'm going to check and see over in that laptop to see if has it gone any further. Is anything ever going to upload again? Ugh, not quickly if it's going to. I hope whatever you're reading that you're enjoying it. And until next time, or until I comment on your book hauls that you just maybe buy another book, I hope whatever you're reading that you're enjoying it. Bye now.